in regard to all the books and movies that have covered the North Beach scene, what do you notice as your own kind of personal insights into North Beach that haven't been covered?
Well, and I'm not sure how you would do this on camera, but the compulsion that these artists feel that they just spend this unbelievable amount of time and energy. They're willing to sacrifice a lifestyle that's more comfortable in order to produce this art. And some of it, once they produce it, whether it sells or not or something, it's really insignificant. The whole thing was in this creation. So there's this desire to create, and it's multifaceted in North Beach. There are people who are, and a lot of the people do 2 or 3 things too. So there's music, poetry, and art, which can be sculpture, collage. There's wonderful, like Rebecca Peters is just an amazing collage artist. It's the dexterity that's required and skill that's required sometimes in some of these pieces isn't really evident, the production qualities.
And what do you kind of notice, or how do you make sense of the post-beat, I guess, stage of San Francisco for writers?
The new, well, some of it's been great for a lot of writers. There's a lot of people who are doing blogs and who are based in San Francisco and doing all different types of writing. So I think San Francisco is definitely a literary community of real active, but some people have had difficulty getting access. But there's always some like in North Beach, there are people who are constantly producing things that they wouldn't have been able to do without the new technology. So a lot of people have definitely adapted to that, have online sales, and then you can display your art on Facebook and stuff like that. So.
And what do you think, I guess, on a philosophical level, what's the importance of art in society?
Yeah, I wonder about that. I guess historically art was initially seemed more religious or ceremonial, then it became state influenced and historical. And it really wasn't until just recently in the last few hundred years where art has become art for art's sake in a certain way. I think it's really fun. I used to do sculptures at down at Fort Mason, the city college, and they had a great program with Mary Graubacher, who's kind of a well-known ceramicist. And so all of these are, and it's so much fun. I mean, it's like a kid playing in a sandbox. But how much it should be valued, especially when you see these $20 million cartoon things or $62 million, and I think there's an underlying strange nonprofit, charity, art gallery, art museums, all of that doesn't really touch the North Beach scene because the North Beach scene has not got that big money.
And I guess with your own compulsion to make art, like, does that come from like a place where it's therapeutic to make art, or it's more entertainment? How would you describe that, like your creative process with the things you've done yourself?
I would say fun and therapeutic, because you're having fun, it's therapeutic. And so I did these series about nuclear waste and sculpture, and they were so heavy, clay sculptures, I had to end up destroying them, thinking if only it was that easy to get rid of nuclear waste. But that was a lot of fun, and of course luckily I took some pictures of them. But I did this stuff with nail polish, which is just great, except it's lots of bad fumes, so I don't recommend it. But in a kind of Jackson Pollock style, but you do have a lot of control, even though it looks like they're just throwing this stuff down. You're choosing the color and where to throw it, and I don't know. I think that's I think it might be more agony to like somebody like Vince, who does the novels and the poetry. I think the writing is harder to do than the art can be more fun.
What do you see for the Bay Area or San Francisco for the arts in the future, or for artists who move here to be part of the community?
You know, it's hard to say. I mean, I think that everybody recognizes that arts are integral to the whole San Francisco Bay Area, Oakland scene, Sausalito, and so everybody does want to maintain it. But I think in some ways it might have to become more commercialized in order to pay for itself.